In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn a simple text prompt into a full-on music video with AI-generated images and video that you can customize in any way you want. Let's get started with Canva. I like to start with Canva because it will let you create your own image using AI, but it won't go further. However, Canva is very useful because of a feature called Magic Write, which will actually expand a prompt that you give it and make it much more detailed so that you can use that prompt to turn it into an actual image. So let's go over here and click on AI image generator. And as you can see, you can try an example, a surrealist background, ultra detailed, colorful. And you can turn text into an image directly. However, before we do that, let's come in here and let's get our text that we're going to put into our image in the first place. The one thing that you are going to have to do is come up with a topic and use Magic Write to expand that prompt so that we can make it into an image. First thing we're going to do is come up with a topic, and this is really the only step that AI can't help. Although I guess you can go on ChatGPT and do that step for you as well. I can make this more convoluted myself, although let's see how well Magic Write does. So I'm going to come into Magic Write and I'm going to click on continue writing, and it's going to give me a whole prompt. Now what I can do is come over here and I can make this more fun. And now what I can do is I can come over here and copy all this. Now what I can do is come over here and put this into the AI image generator, and I can click the style that I want it to create. I've always liked the dreamy and the film look. So I'm going to click on dreamy. I'm going to keep it a square image, and I'm going to click on generate. Now, if you see my previous videos, you know that this image generation takes a little bit, only about 10 to 15 seconds, and it'll come up with 4 images that you can then change to your liking. I just literally copy and pasted this prompt. Snazzy astronaut in a silver suit was around the planets and stars with a rainbow in the background, and what this came up with using that prompt was these 4 images. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this image. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open a new page. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to drag it over so that when I download this, it only downloads the picture. So I'm going to come over here, click transparent background, make sure that I'm only downloading page 2. And now transparent background, what that's going to do is it will allow me to only have the image downloaded. So all this white space will be gone for my next step. So let's move on to step 2. Step 2 is using Dall-E, which is part of ChatGPT and OpenAI's system, to enhance my image. Canva is great in its image generation, and honestly, since the last time I used it, it has gotten even better. However, it's still not perfect and not as detailed as I would like. What Dall-E can do is I can upload the image that I just downloaded and tell Dall-E specifically what I want to edit. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to drop my image in. I'm going to give Dall-E specific prompts and tell it exactly what I want to see in the image. And since this is AI, I'm going to be nice to it, so that when Skynet takes over, it knows I am benevolent. Can you please have this astronaut riding a unicorn? I'm going to click generate image. It's going to take this image and use the prompt that I asked it in order to create a brand new image. So if I didn't like either of these pictures, I can always regenerate it. But I do kind of like this one. This one does have Earth kind of in the background. This one is a lot more clear. So we're going to take this image, this second one that it created. Like I said, we can always get rid of it and regenerate it, but I kind of actually really like this image. So we're going to go ahead and download this. Again, this is step by step. We can skip right to the last step if we wanted to from here. But my next step is actually going to be expanding this image. Now we're in step 3. If you've watched my previous videos, we've used this before. This is called playground.com. What you can do with this is you can take the image that you just made or make your image completely brand new by creating a new prompt. We're going to import our image from computer. So now that I have my picture uploaded, what I'm going to do is come over and extend this image, because eventually I'm going to want to make this into a full-on video. I'm going to come over here, I'm going to drag my cursor over so that when I create my image, it's going to extend it. And I want it to show me the rest of the solar system in the background. I want it to extend so that I can see more planets. So now that my image is extended, what I can do if I don't like what's going on with it extending, I can tell it to add more planets and have the astronaut living on that. So now that I've extended my image, I could keep going with this. I could make several more images just to add to my new music video, but for now, let's just keep this as it is. We're going to come over here, come over and download this, and then we are on to our final step. This part, you can spend as much time as you'd like to, get as detailed as you'd like to. You can change just about everything, right? You can extend each image. And if you come down here, you can even include things that you don't want it to have. So if you are very detail-oriented, you know exactly what you want and exactly what you don't want, you can be super specific with Playground. So if you've seen my previous video on making a music video with Suno, I also used Kaiber to make that music video into a video instead of just a song. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make, instead of a flipbook, which is what we used for a song, I'm going to make this into motion. So I could start writing, but instead I'm going to use that picture that we just made. I'm going to drag it over. I'm going to click edit. Over here, I can choose what I want it to look like. But since we're using AI, let's just autofill it using AI and see what it comes up with. It's going to take a look at my image, and it's going to come back to a man riding on the back of a white horse. Now, instead of a white horse, we can change it to unicorn. And instead of a man riding unicorn, an astronaut riding a unicorn. Now, we could make it in the style of if we have something specific, but for right now, let's choose cinematic because I love that cinematic look. I'm going to click video settings. I can change any of these, so I can make it up to 16 seconds long for this first scene. Again, if I wanted to come back into here and keep editing these pictures so that I can have multiple different pictures, I can create 30, 40, 50 pictures and edit each one of these and create a music video that's 3 to 5 minutes long if I wanted to. For right now, let's just make it 10 seconds. I can come over here, and this is where it is going to be either as crazy as you want, or the video is going to be more tame. So let's make it a little crazy. Motion, I do like when I see music videos and it's a video instead of just pictures. So let's change the motion. Let's change it to 8. Let's not get too crazy now. So what Kaiber is going to do is now it's going to generate some images that will preview what the scene will look like. Let's take a look at what these images are going to see. This is what this music video is going to look like. So it took my original image and it modified it slightly into these 4. If I didn't like any of these 4, all I would have to do is just go back, click generate again, and we can do it like that. But let's use this first one where we have an astronaut that looks like it's trying to chase after us, where we're leaving it behind. Again, if we have another picture, we can just click add scene, but for right now, let's add it. And what it's going to do is it's going to generate, and whatever it generates, it's going to pop up over here. All right, this video just finished downloading, so let's take a look. So take a look for that. But for right now, let's just take a look, add some music to this, add some flair to it. It'll be even better. But for a first run, you can see that it has and took some of the images that started with, right? The unicorn, the astronaut stays the same, but now the unicorn astronaut in the background is changing shape. There's unicorns attached, right? So everything is taking shape, it's moving, and it's turned into a video. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come on back, and now I will change this to intergalactic. I'm going to go to video settings, and now I'm going to change the aspect ratio. I'm going to change the aspect ratio to 16:9. I will generate the preview again. And now you can see the different style that it came in. And now it's a completely different style than it was before, but it still has the astronaut on the unicorn. So I'm going to pick this one, but instead of just clicking create video, I'm going to add a scene. And from here, now it'll say scene 2. I can pick a new scene, and in this scene, I want the astronaut and the unicorn to find the other unicorns on it. I'm going to keep this style intergalactic, although again, if I wanted to change it, I could go over here, or to illustration, or to an oil painting, but let's keep it intergalactic because I actually really like that style. I'm going to go to video settings. Now you can't really change anything except for video duration, but let's keep this one, let's make this 12 seconds. Generate the preview, and I'm going to come over, and it looks like that they found a planet with a giant unicorn on it. So again, I can keep adding scenes, but for right now, let's just create the video and see what happens. So now it's going to create a video that's in 16:9 instead of 9:16, and that's 22 seconds long. So let's take a look. All right. So now that this has generated, let's take a look at this scene. What's going on with this scene is that now what's going on here is that I combined two different scenes, but I kept them the same art style. If I wanted to change the art style in between, I definitely could. And I can take this a step further by making it into a music video or changing the audio around. If you want to see that one, take a look at my last video that I made on Suno AI and creating a music video using Kaiber. We're just taking a simple image that we made with Canva, making it more high quality using Dall-E, extending that image using Playground, and creating a video using Kaiber. Let's take a look. Now this is a little trippy, but I did change the motion up to an 8. So if I wanted it to be more realistic or less crazy looking, I could definitely tune that down a little bit. This is how it looked on my first run, just to show you what this could look like. I would definitely recommend checking out Kaiber.ai if you want to try this on for yourself, and let me know what yours look like down in the comment below. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time.